Alrighty, we are gathered here today to remember Mr. Bubba Cat. I first met Mr. Bubba back in 2003. Ron had just come home from the hospital, and he was spending a lot of time flat in bed that year, sleeping, getting over the head injury. You can see the scar here.
She beat me up.
Yeah. No, I caught you with another woman, remember?
Yeah,
that's what I told the bus driver. He said, what happened to you? You were newly in the wheelchair and you're all covered in scars and stuff. and he said, what happened to you? And I said, I caught you with another woman. And he believed me.
I'm thinking of the guy at the bank, but we won't talk about that.
Oh, I don't remember that song. So,
put him back in the wheelchair, remember?
Oh, that.
We won't talk about that.
We're talking about Bubba today.
Yeah, that's right, we are.
So, and we haven't talked about Bubba at all. So, I noticed I lived in a duplex, and there was a big row of duplexes about half a mile long.
We digress, sorry.
Yeah. And there was a cul-de-sac at each end, and I lived kind of at the left end, and Bubba lived towards the right end. And I noticed this adorable little black kitten. The cat lady had a new litter of kittens, and he was about that big. And he was scurrying around, hiding in the cars, looking at me with his big, big blue eyes. And then they gradually turned to green. He had such a cute little tail, like that long. And he'd come and look at me, and I was always talking to him and sweet-talking him under the cars. And we got to be friends, and he got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I'll tell you one thing. For his first mother, she did a good job of feeding him.
Yes.
So, Ron's recovering, and I'm going and taking my run every day, and I see Bubba, and there he is, you know, scurrying around. And I started feeding him, giving him a little treat, and he'd come over, and he'd say, I'll allow you to pet me. And he'd sit by my foot, and he'd let me pet him a few times, and then he'd eat a treat, one treat, and then he'd strut off. And Ron met him in December of that year, when Bubba was a year old. His human parent moved and left him to starve to death.
She was sneaky.
Took a bird feeder, though. Oh, no, Bubba was sneaky. And I said, come on, Ron, we got to get him. And Shadow, our female cat, had died of breast cancer, and Ron didn't want another cat. But I said, Ron, come on, we got to help out this guy. He's starving to death. He's so sweet, and everybody hates him because he's a black cat.
Love hurts.
So I was outside feeding Bubba and promising him that as soon as I could, I would try to get him in the house. And one night it was raining. It was about 40 degrees. It was windy.
It was cold.
Just hell. Miserable, nasty weather. So I was petting Bubba, and he would get in my lap, and he wanted petting before he would eat, no matter how hungry he was, every night. That always just killed me.
He was always such a gentleman.
Oh, he was a lover. And so I was looking at him deep in the eyes, and I said, Bubba, you gotta sell Ron. You're in, but you've gotta sell Ron, okay?
You gotta manipulate that dumb
blind man. Remember, we want to keep this clean. I have
we
a nice Christian friends.
We are. Okay.
So,
okay.
I let him in the house, and Ron was lying in there, and it's wind and cold and everything. Oh, Heather, what are you doing? And I shut the door, and the cat went running over to Ron. And remember, this is the cat that took almost a year to let me pet him. Went running over straight to Ron, jumped up on the bed, and laid down on Ron's lap. And Ron's like, Heather, what is this? And he's petting the cat. And I said, it's that cat I was telling you about. And he said, Heather, I don't want a cat. And I said, well, it's freezing out. Just let him warm up for a little bit, okay? And God told me, Heather, leave them alone. Don't say a word. So I went off. I did my thing for an hour, hour and a half. I came back. Ron's still petting the cat.
And he's still letting me.
And he's still letting you. And God said, open the door. So I opened the door, and it's cold and freezing, wind blows in.
Heather, close that door.
And I said, don't you want me to put him out?
I thought about it for a moment.
Took one more pat on Bubba's back.
No. Sneaky old nerd.
So he joined the family. We got him fixed immediately. He wasn't too happy about that. In fact, our driver today is the one who actually brought us home from the clinic. He'd always asked about Bubba. And today he said, oh, I'm the one who took you guys to the clinic on North Shepherd to get Bubba neutered. So, then...
We lied to him, though. We told him we're going to go get him tutored.
Well, that's what you said. Yeah. I just said he was going to get an operation.
Right.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy.
No, he wasn't.
But
they shaved and made him look like a monkey.
they shaved the whole rear end. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And I kept laughing at him. Just
You
adding
did. You're
misery.
mean. He had his
I'm
dignity.
a terrible
you know?
mother. No wonder God took him.
That's right.
So we
He's entitled to his dignity.
he got to be a good family member, and then we were looking around for the house. We found a good house, and we moved. And as I was beginning to pack, Bubba was just getting progressively more anxious.
Getting more nervous.
He was convinced I was going to leave him the way the other lady did. And
You're
I
gonna
said,
do
no,
like the other.
I'm not going to
did.
leave you. You're coming with me, Bubba. You're coming with me. I used to tell him that.
Sure.
And he would just look at me like,
I know what you're gonna
right.
do.
Just such sad green eyes. So moving day came. I locked him in the bathroom, and the movers came. They took everything. They left. And Bubba comes out of the bathroom. He's looking around. So this is it, huh? I said, nope. I picked him up and I put him in the carrier. Now remember, the first time he went in the carrier, he got neutered. But he was purring all the way to our new house, which was like 20 miles away from the old one. All the way, he was purring. Oh, I love you, mommy. Oh, I love you.
But at first, he was not crazy about the carrier.
No, but the day we moved, he loved the carrier because he knew he was moving.
You know.
And then I let him out. He sniffed around everywhere. He had a good time. Then, a few years later, Ron decided to get the cat door. And we had a nice old man as a handyman. And the handyman came out and he looked at Bubba for a while. And he got out his tape measure. And then he went to Home Depot and he called Ron. He says, Ron, I don't think the cat door's going to work. And I'm thinking, oh. And he says, I think we need to get a doggy door. So the guy comes back to our house with this medium doggy door that's got pugs all over the box.
We didn't tell him, though.
The cat, he knew. And he installed it, and that was a big hit. Love the cat door, in and out all the time. The only problem is every now and then he used to bring home treats. My favorite were the live rats. He would bring a live rat in the house going, meow, 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 meow. It was a very special meow. And I would always scream the same thing. Ron, what did I yell?
Shut the door!
Exactly. He would shut the door, and then I would handle the rat on my own.
She would do her man thing.
Oh, yes. The cat made a real man out of me.
He really did. He did.
Oh. My favorite was the time the rat ran up my arm while I was trying to get him in a bucket.
You screamed like a girl.
Oh, I screamed like Ron was killing me. And the sad thing is, the neighbors turned a hair.
Nobody said nothing.
I mean, I would have had 911 banging on my door. They're soft. They're at it again or
They're
whatever.
like, oh, they're at it again.
You know she's crazy.
Yeah, man, give me another beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then he liked to bring home live birds. That was his favorite thing, and let the bird loose in the house. And I would just come home and find birds perched in various things, pooping all over the place. And then I'd have to catch the bird and put it out.
Wait, you gotta tell them.
What?
We used to have only one pet door. And we used to leave, because we loved him so much, we used to leave the garage door
open a crack, yeah. So he could sneak out the box. Well, like 6 inches.
Foot off the ground. And one day, some idiot,
crackhead,
stole our lawnmower.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do with a lawnmower? You get $20 and
anyway. You can use it to get crack.
Yes. So the handyman came out
and put another cat door on the outside of the garage. So we have like one in the kitchen and one on the outside.
So Bubba will walk through the garage and turn right.
And then walk up a little ramp.
I built a ramp for him.
Because Bubba was an old man.
He's just special. He's
a person of size.
That's right.
I think that's what they call it.
He was very elegant.
He was a sizable person, and we didn't starve him.
No, he was rather
ample.
No, I was going to say dignified, and
he was dignified, and he was also very fat.
Wait, I need to say this. She calls him Bubba. Because he is like a good old boy. He loves to hunt. No.
Exactly. Lie around all day and hunt. How could he not be a Bubba?
His real name is Mr. Black.
That was your name for him.
He's rather distinguished. No, I called him a big black gnarl.
Yeah, Ron would yell, big black gnarl. It was sitting on the porch, and, black people would be walking by going, what the?
What did he say?
Yeah. I was worried Ron was going to get beat up.
She told me I can't say it outside.
Call him Mr. Black or Bubba, but don't yell big black gnarl anymore when you're sitting on the porch, because, you know, that was kind of weird.
We'll tell you about the word gnarl, where it comes from. But
no,
anyway, not today.
Not today.
Anyway, so we got a pet door, so he walks in, turns right, walks up the ramp, and goes through the kitchen pet door.
Yeah.
Well, and everything went well for a few years, until last year.
What happened last year?
The varmint.
No, you forgot about the remodel.
Oh.
Our bathroom had to be remodeled last year. And the guys left a big hole in the wall. And I hallucinate. I mean, full-blown, you know, hallucinate. So I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear all these thumpings and scrapings in the wall of my bedroom, and I'm thinking, what's going on? And they're progressing, and I can hear it moving back and forth. Thump, thump, scrape, you know,
You got to
squeeze.
tell them about the seagulls one day.
I will.
Yeah.
And,
Anyway.
and Bubba was a good mental health cat. So
He
anyways,
was.
and I wisely decided to go sit on the edge of the tub. I don't know what's in my wall, but I decide I'm going to start calling it. Here, kitty! Here, kitty! Come here, baby! Come to mama! Come on! Come on, Bubs!
Just like on TV.
You know, like on TV when the woman
horror
goes out in the
movies.
dark wearing her little nightie going, is anybody out there?
I hate to say this.
Hello?
But she's never black.
No. Actually, a few of them are. It depends.
Oh, okay.
So,
No, it's only you guys.
No. Don't talk about my people. Sorry. Don't be a racist. Martin Luther King would be ashamed of you.
Yeah, he would.
So, and I hear this scraping, and it's coming across around the bathtub towards the hole. It's coming for me, and right before he comes out, I think it could be a possum. It could be a raccoon. And it emerges, and I realize, oh good, it's only Bubba. So I petted him, and I told him no, he's covered in spider webs. I never told you that.
No, thank you very much. I have a dread fear. I hate spider webs, because when I was a little boy, I didn't know about the
corners.
Yeah, corners and under things. Don't ever reach under things or in corners. There'll be nasty, sticky webs. Ugh. So, anyway, thank you for not telling me.
There's a lot of things I didn't tell you.
I'm so glad. She loves me.
Yes.
And I love her
Tell him
too.
about the doves. Tell him about the doves. Only today Ron found out that Bubba had a real taste for doves. I never told Ron about that because Ron likes doves.
I would have killed him myself.
He's a species bigot because he doesn't care if the cat ate a blue jay or a crow or something that had a nasty sounding call.
I can't see
But
him.
if it makes a pretty soft noise, then Ron would get all upset if he killed it.
That's right. It had a beautiful spirit. I didn't care about the body or
yeah, you didn't care about all the sparrows he ate. But he eats a couple of doves and you're all mad at
That's because God made billions of them. Sparrows are a dime a dozen, you know.
So that was Bubba. He would bring home live rats at 3 in the morning. He never met a food he didn't like. Now, here's a good example of Bubba. One day I cooked a cube steak. And I cut it up and I had it on the plate. And my dad called, and I left the cube steak on the plate, on the kitchen table, sat down facing away from the kitchen table, talking to Dad, hey, Dad, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. Finally hung up, turned around, Bubba! He had eaten the entire 6-ounce cube steak all by himself. He's going,
he was smiling,
oh,
too.
that was so
good.
He
was so happy.
Oh, and then he just laid down.
Yeah. All 18 pounds of
Another time I came home, and the kitchen trash was just thrown all over the floor, and Bubba was gnawing on a pork chop bone. So I learned if I ever made pork chops, I had to make Bubba one.
Yeah.
Ground beef.
Yep.
If I got some of that ground beef on clearance from Food Town, I would always cook some up without any seasonings for the cats. Feed that to them, they would eat it, and then I was allowed to eat mine in peace.
He loves fried chicken, too.
Fried chicken? Yeah, tell him about the fried chicken. That was your thing.
I go to Popeyes.
Get the $1 special. Get an extra special for the cats.
Yep.
And what, you take the skin off and debone it and give it to the cats?
Yep.
Yeah. And we can't forget fajitas para gato. Once or twice when we went to our favorite taqueria, Ron would order a whole order of fajitas just for the cat. Chicken fajitas.
They used to say that too. Para gato?
Para gato? Does the cat want sauce? Does the cat want
Want
vegetables?
salad? Yeah.
Does he want pico? You know.
Yeah, that's good.
Sometimes if we were broke, we'd get a taco para gato, you know, just a plain chicken taco. And Ron would warm. How long did you warm it up? 9 seconds?
11.
11 seconds. You would warm the chicken in the microwave, and then you would break it up into little bites, and then you would put it down on a plate for the cat.
That's the only way he would eat it.
I'm sure.
He was very particular.
I'm sure. But then when the old vermin, this kitten, came to town, he learned he had to eat a lot faster.
You gotta eat fast.
Yeah, otherwise she was gonna just start poaching. And
well, he's guilty of it too.
yeah, he was.
He put chicken down for her one day, and he went over there and helped himself.
Well, he was the alpha cat.
That's right.
He was there first.
All he had to do was sit on
And
her.
before he left us, he was teaching Vermin how to hunt. And one night, about a week ago, he came home and yeah, a lizard hanging out of his mouth, a live one. He dropped it on the floor. He waited till Vermin came running over to him, dropped it on the floor. She went running after it, and he watched her hunt the lizard for a while, and then he went off and did his thing.
He was teaching his protege.
How to hunt. And they killed a rat together, one of those live rats he brought home.
Don't forget the rabbit.
Oh, yeah,
The recipe.
he brought home a full-size rabbit one day, live, through the cat door. And I was trying to find it at home, and everybody kept telling me how to cook it.
They give a recipe.
The poor thing died, you know. I think just the trauma of getting captured by a big, hairy black cat. And I found a squirrel leg in the garage.
He was a hunter, boy.
He could hunt.
Was a hunter.
Oh, he could hunt. And we have a hoarder next door, so that really came in handy. But
they did. They kept giving us recipes. We wanted to find a home.
It was a big rabbit, about that big.
Yeah?
Yeah. So,
but when we got home, he was already, he went to heaven already.
Yeah, he's already starting to get an odor. But, so, and I always told Bubba that when his time came, I would be merciful. I would make it quick, and the only thing is I wanted God to let me know. I didn't want any ambiguity. Well, maybe he'll make it, maybe he won't. And
we said, Lord, make it clear.
When he got sick, it was immediately clear. It just happened overnight.
Yep.
It was immediately clear he was in severe trouble. And then we went to the vet. She said, we're doing the right thing. 4 times, she said. This is what I would do if he were my cat.
We believe in quality of life, not just life.
And he had a life. He had a good life.
He had a real good life.
Okay, I'm going to end it.